So the easiest thing to do to make sure that my proportions remain the same and the composition remain the same is I did the grid. And if you're not familiar with the grid system, please have a look at a tutorial that I did specifically about the grid system. Really on this one, and I know this is not how we normally do this, but on this one, that's all I need, and I'll explain to you why. I need my snow to be the dominating factor in this piece. And I want the snow to be very fluid. And I'm using a 003 here because I want it to be quite thin, the lines, very light feel. So it's all the same technique, which is you draw a soft line above the object, you draw the icicles to cover the object, keeping the shape super organic. Cool. The front entrance door starts there, and then in here there is a wreath. Again, some more snow on top of the wreath, the bottom of the wreath, and I'm going to put some door panels in here. Okay, and then I want to do a fence here. The gate here normally has a Z frame that holds it together. So this is just repetitive work, which is why I didn't do it all in pencil, just to do it again. That holds it together, and that just goes in between. Easy to lose concentration when doing this. Cool. Here, so let's do the windows. Put a bit of snow at the top of the tree, and this is a technique that you're going to repeat. So you just create snow lumps there, see? We need another one here, but very different shape, this one. And I just want to literally just draw the contour of my trees, just the shape, just for my guide, for my watercolor. I'm going to draw the same thing, these dots, several times. So I'm just going to give myself the position of the foliage. The other thing I wanted to do here is I'm going to run a stone edge, okay, just to give it that nice farmhouse cottage feel. And the last thing I've decided to do is I'd like to put some timber slats on it. I think it's called shiplap. All of these tiny little details, they give your drawing so much more interest and texture. We forgot the Christmas decorations, so I'm just going to draw lots of decorations. For the fun part, watercolor. So what we're going to do first is we are going to work from the top down. So I'm going to work on the sky of ultramarine blue, and I'm running it right across the top to make sure that if I have too much, then I can always thin it out. This is called wet on wet. We've done that before. Because it's wet on wet, it's got really nice transitions here. That's the effect we're after. Then I'll let that dry. Whilst it's drying, I'm going to work backwards. So what I want to do is let's work on this tree and then work in. I'm going to leave some gaps in here to create texture. It's actually quite therapeutic doing this. Slightly watered down sap green, because I will put another layer afterwards where it'll be darker. Let it not touch all the way to the bottom because it's going to be snow in there. Okay, and I'll let that dry. Let's do the left hand side tree now. Again, the same darkness to start with. Once it dries, it's going to lighten up a little bit. See, I want to now do a wet on wet on these areas here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wet my trees. So in here, I want that very hazy look. Not too much paint, just a little bit of, and then I'll spread it in a minute. Nice. Okay, now we're just going to tidy up the edges. Well, I don't want everything to be in the same tone. I think I'll do that just one more time. And this is what we're trying to achieve. So what's next? And let's put some nice shading to the bottom side, to the underside of our snow. And what we're going to do is at the bottom of your icicles. Cool. Okay, that looks like snow to me. So now I'm going to do this is now dry, I'm going to do a wet on wet edge. See how I've created like a curved edge here. Now I'm going to do a lot more shading in here. What I'm going to do next, so I'm going to do the windows and let them dry. And the windows I'm going to use cadmium yellow. Nice, that's nice. Then I'm going to spread my cadmium yellow, sorry, darker in the edges and lighter in the middle. Soften the edges, go to the next window. That's a lot easier. Don't forget this. And then we go back and we add the burnt sienna to the edges. Okay, next let's color the cottage. Burnt sienna in some places with a mix of brown. We just need to add some color to the stone because I want to add some shading under the stone. So I'm going to actually soften all my edges while I so I'm not going to use wet on wet here to soften the edges. And then, and I think we are done. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I loved it. Thank you for asking for a Christmas scene, because I really highly enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your comments. Please, with a cherry on top, if you have any comments, anything you didn't understand, please send me a text message either on wherever, as Patreon, YouTube, Instagram, Pigeon Carrier, TikTok, wherever you want, or send me an email. So I hope you enjoy this. It's been an absolute pleasure, and see you guys in the next tutorial.